My parents were always very involved with anything youth related. I think that also probably started with watching their own children. Were always so supportive of us, and how can we bring that to other children who maybe are not as fortunate for such supportive parents? How could they be role models for them?
I think serving kids throughout the city has been kind of a thread that's gone through their philanthropy their entire careers. I can remember in particular one board meeting that I was with when Casey and I were served on the board of Boys and Girls Club together, and she chaired a meeting at her house, and we were trying to consider should we embark upon a campaign for a teen center at Memorial Parks. And so we talked it all through, and after a while Casey stood up and said, in her Casey way, she said, "You know, this is the right thing to do, and we all know it. So are we going to do this or not?" And it was a very clarifying moment for us all. And so I think every time I'm at the teen center, every time I drive by Memorial Park, I think of Casey and her charge to the board. And the teen center wouldn't have happened without so many generous donors, including, of course, the McClendon family. But I really think it wouldn't have happened without Casey Williams and her charge to the board many years ago.
I think my parents see the importance in giving back to the community because I think that they not only find joy in giving back, but at the same time see that helping others is such a meaningful experience and is something that can pull others into doing that as well. And when you have everyone pulling on the same side of the rope or contribute to a great community like the Boys and Girls Club, it brings up everyone in our community as a whole. It has lasting effects down the line that we may never see, but may completely change someone's life.
My dad is very involved with OU Health Sciences in the medical field. It was always very important to him that Oklahoma itself shone bright. It was always a leader. It was always in the pack with all these big cities, that we never fell behind. We were always on the forefront of cutting edge science, cutting edge art, and thriving community. Whatever was new, we're bringing it here. We're making sure that we are growing, and I think he's done a fantastic job.
Rainey is really a remarkable and special individual, and his influence, both of their influences, are everywhere in the city. Rainey, as a successful investor, through his leadership in the healthcare system at OU Health, at his church, through numerous nonprofits that he served on with YMCA, Regional Food Bank. His influence is everywhere.
What I admire most about my parents is their willingness to put others before themselves, whether that's me personally or all these various organizations and philanthropic causes in Oklahoma City. It's a huge honor for them to be receiving an award that is named after a man that I was so close to for a lot of my life. Aubrey's son, Will, has been my best friend since we were in diapers together. So I had a front row seat through a lot of my life, through to a lot of the philanthropic causes that Aubrey dedicated so much of his life to. Probably half the philanthropic organizations in Oklahoma City, I think he had some form of helping hand in. So I think that, any sort of selfless act in the community is in some way sort of carrying on that Aubrey legacy and tradition.
Aubrey was certainly the most generous person I've ever known. So the Williams embodied that in their generous spirit. Aubrey also had a heart for those who didn't have the advantages that maybe he and others have had. So he had a heart for others, and it didn't matter who you were. Aubrey was on your side and always looked to lift you up. Rainey and Casey do the same thing in the same way, so they certainly are deserving of this honor that carries Aubrey's name.
I know my parents don't always love to be recognized, but it's so deserving. I'm so proud of the work they do, and that it's been such a strong passion that it has been passed down to their children. So I know that me, Sam, and Rainey are gonna just carry on all of the wonderful work that they've started.
Rainey and Casey, on behalf of the Boys and Girls Clubs, and even more on behalf of the kids and the families that we have the privilege of serving, congratulations. Thank you for accepting this award. You both richly deserve it, and we're very grateful. Aubrey would be so pleased to know that you both are accepting this award and being honored with the award that carries his name. Congratulations.